Hello friends, this is Chandrakant from Akul Mac Technologies. Welcome to Top Brass. And let me also welcome my colleague, my friend, Mr. Nagesh Sood, who's on our show. Nagesh, welcome to Top Brass.
Hi, CK. Thank you so very much. And I'm glad always to be with you and talk about various things happening around us. So, thank you so very much.
So viewers, Nagesh is a very senior advocate practicing in Ahmedabad High Court, and he is also well-known pan-India human rights activist. So in this series of discussion, we are discussing about human rights. And before we start our discussion today, I would like to share that there has been an unprecedented decision taken by Indian government last evening, where they have banned 59 online applications, and some are large applications, some are small applications, but even a consumer like me had one of the application. I had to delete that application for which I had paid the money. So today we will discuss about how banning of these applications affect the human rights. So Nagesh, we would like to know your opinion on this.
Well, Chandrakant, as we all know that last night at about 8 p.m., suddenly an order comes and there are about 15 applications which have been blocked by the central government while exercising their power under Section 69A of the Information Technology Act 2000. Now, to tell you the brief history about this section was already challenged in a landmark case of Shreya Singhal versus Union of India way back in 2015. The Supreme Court struck down one of the sections of information technology, that is Section 66A, which prescribed penalties of the IT Act, saying that it had a chilling effect on the right to freedom of speech and expression over the internet. Uh, the person who had come before the Supreme Court had also challenged blocking power of the central government under Section 69A. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court said that Section 69A is legal and valid and did not touch upon that section, saying that that section has its own safeguard. It prescribes own safeguards that would protect the rights of the citizen. So when the government, central government, invokes Section 69A, there is a procedure, there are rules which are prescribed, which came into being in 2009 through a notification, which deals with a lot of rules like nodal agency. The complaint has to be made by a nodal agency of an institution. Secondly, there is a designated officer which has to be appointed under these rules. There is a committee which has to be appointed which would look into those complaints and make recommendations. And only after that, the designated officer can block the sites. Now, the unprecedented move by the central government blocking en masse 59 applications is not prescribed under Section 69A. Section 69A only allows blocking of any particular site individually. But here what we see is there are 59 applications which have been blocked. So definitely it has affected the rights of the people, as we say, that we have to take out a lot of applications from our mobiles, such as Cam Scanner, which is being used every day by me for scanning the documents and scanning a lot of things for my office purpose. UC Browser and other applications wherein people are earning money as well. So it has affected their livelihood as well. So therefore, naturally, the rights of people have been affected by a blanket order which has been passed by the government yesterday.
So I think with regard to business, there has to be a business continuity plan. So all the businesses will migrate to different applications. So I don't think any businessman will have, some of them will be dependent on applications like Zoom, like we are doing today. But as a business, we are already thinking of not putting all the eggs in one basket. So like you mentioned, Cam Scanner, this is exactly what I had on my mobile, Nagesh. I had to delete it, and I'm feeling very sad because I had paid for that application. So, but I think it is part of the game. While this decision of government has sort of taken away a few rights, uh, but what about national security? Because China is a country which is an aggressor on us, and because of the conflict, there are some soldiers dying at the border. So, in such a situation, what is your opinion? How Indians should treat this order by the government?
Well, briefly, I will tell you what Section 69 of the IT Act says. It empowers central government to order that access to certain websites and computer resources be blocked in the interest of defense of the country, its sovereignty and integrity, the security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, public order, or for preventing incitement to the commission of an offense. Now, the reasons which has come out purportedly uh, says that it is in the national security, public order, and in the wake of endangering the users of their privacy, such an order is passed because people who are using these applications are threatened with their through their apps, their privacy and data security. Now, as I said, of course, we are at dagger heads with China these days, and there is a popular kind of movement which has come out that we should ban Chinese applications and Chinese goods, which is welcoming in a way, but the applications which are being used by people definitely uh, must have a reasoned order. Now, here there is a order which bans 59 applications. First of all, the order does not mention that these are Chinese applications. Number one. Number two, the government has to come out with some reasons as to what are the reasons of blocking these particular 59 sites. Now, how it is affected, whether there is a complaint, there has to be some logical reasoning which has to be brought before the public. And also, when such an order is passed, it is amenable to challenge before the court of law. Anybody who is affected, like people are using TikTok. There are millionaire people are making videos. They are earning money also out of it. They are being watched every day as a matter of entertainment, etc. Now, if that application is banned, definitely it has affected certain people. Like Camster, it's a paid app where people have invested, they have paid money for these applications, and once that application is taken off, everybody has a right to know as to why from me that application is taken. The reason has to be brought in. Of course, there are powers with the central government, but there has to be cogent reasons which the government has to come forward with.
So Nagesh, I as a layman feel there are two things. One is as a human being, as an Indian, I feel very strongly in favor of the government order. That is my personal thinking. And number two, as a businessman, I feel that when these applications are taken out from the market, it creates a sort of a vacuum for few days. But that vacuum will also give opportunity for others to come in. So I think, as I was talking about business continuity plan, one is the issue of BCP, and other is the issue of our emotions. So I think with these two, what is your opinion? How people should take it. Like you said that from the legal standpoint, government has to come out with actual reasons so that they should effectively carry out these orders. Second thing is how people should, take this. Like you said, that TikTok, there could be livelihood loss for some of them. But I think there could be an opportunity for other guys, Indian players, or even other countries to come and fill the gap.
Yes, definitely. You see, so far as sentiment as an Indian is concerned, definitely, whenever made in China or Chinese application is coming in front of you, you would definitely would not like to use the Chinese product or the applications which are Chinese. So, of course, when your sentiments towards your country are involved, you would want that it's a good decision. But if you look at from the perspective of somebody who has been greatly impacted in terms of livelihood, in terms of his daily functioning, or the level of with which he has been using the particular application, and the impact on his business or his personal life, then that is something very individual. That, you see, even if there is a popular kind of sentiment which is involved, but it has to be tested at the touchstone of legality and validity. Every law not necessarily is liked by people at large, but there is rule of law. There are procedures which are prescribed. There are rules one has to follow, and here the government has to follow certain rules. And if somebody's right is affected of freedom of free speech and expression by blocking of these rights, definitely somebody can approach the court of law, and the court would test actually as to whether the order has been passed after following the due procedure, which is prescribed by the government itself in 2009. So that is the distinction we have, that any order does not become valid just because it is very popular amongst people. That is my point of view.
Thank you very much, Nagesh, for bringing the clarity to me and to my viewers. Personally, I, being an emotional person, I feel very strongly for this order. But I think this whole decision is still unfolding. Government will have to show what are the reasons. I think we are a democratic country, and it is fair for people and citizens of India to demand this. So with this, I will like to say goodbye to you. Thank you very much for your kind words and your wisdom, knowledge. We are on the journey of understanding human rights. So we will meet you again tomorrow on similar subjects again.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure being with you. Thanks again. You take care.
Thank you and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.